Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Anshu coming back with the Hindu's editorial analysis. So every day I post the Hindu analysis. If you are new to my channel, just have a look of the Hindu's playlist. I am starting this initiative from January 1 and continue till and I will continue. So there is a everyday Hindu analysis posted between the 9 and 10 p.m. You can check out if you like and subscribe to my channel for keeping updated of everyday's Hindu's analysis editorial. So let's have a recap what we are going to cover. But first of all, let's starting our day with a thought of the day and wishing you a happy Mahashivratri. So discipline is the strongest form of self-love. Discipline keeps us motivated. Motivation is for only for few days, but discipline makes always feel motivated and less from the distractions. Every successful person is disciplined. That's why they are successful. And it's tough to be disciplined, but if we maintain our day with a discipline, nothing else, just discipline, achieve it will achieve it will helpful in achieving our success without getting so much overthinking, stress and anxiety. We just we can never be stressed about working hard, but it is due to we are not disciplined. That's why, and I also feel this. That's why I'm sharing. I'm also not disciplined many times, and this thought where the I get and I feel it is very motivated. That's why I posted as a thought of day. So let's have a recap what we are going to cover, starting with the front page about the slush and water seepage hinder rescue operation. Second one is about Delhi lost 2000 crore due to excise policy gag. Second page is covering about Stalin calls for a party meeting, says the elimination affects the South India. Third is the editorial about the human smuggling must engage a parliament attention. We will also cover this. Fourth one is about the BJP spent 1755 crore on a poll campaign general propaganda in 23-24. Fifth one is the data and license representation, also same news related to the about the how the communal unrest leading to the collapse of internet. There is also a discussion of this article on yesterday newspaper. You can check out. Sixth is about AI has an environmental problem. What is the opinion of the writer? We will discuss here. Seventh is about should a third language be compulsory? So talking about the Tamil Nadu state, why is denying the third language policy? Eighth is about what did the HC rule about arresting women at 9? And 9 is about the CBSE proposes draft policy. And 10th is about the world news. Just have a small corner recap. So let's starting our Hindu analysis with the first page. And this newspaper really I found it very useful. It just cover in a very holistic manner. It's like it cover every polity terms, economics terms, and basically if you read, mostly I spend 1.5 hours in the morning in this Hindu analysis. Firstly I read myself through the YouTube videos and learn, and then again just uploading it as a revising edition at 9 p.m. so that it can also make a revision, and also for you it can be a revision series like what we are the important editorials that we are going to, because I also views the Hindu analysis, then I am just covering the important news that is related to our exams as a current affair. So that only about the small brief editorials and the recaps, not covering everything that is not important to us, from covering through the exam point of view. So you can just you can check out these all are the editorials are just covering the only important news is that related to our exam point of view. So this is a continuing to the article of from the third day. The incident had happened in on the Sunday at the Trumul district of Telangana. That still the slush and water seepage hinder the rescue operation. There are many like NDRF is taking the response, another also. Now the BRO is also joining this. So here the sorry, it's a 8% that was trapped in a 40-kilometer inside Srisham sorry, it's a Srilam left bank canal in tunnel in Telangana, and there is a, and Tuesday at any attempt cross, it's a 50, here's the 50 meter stretch, which is completely the problem creating is that there is a mud and water debris that could endanger the life of rescue personnel. So site unstable is the review meeting of all the agencies involved in operations of state irrigation ministers N. Uttam Reddy, and collapsed spot had become unstable. So the seepage water inside the tunnel was stressed about 3000 liters to 5000 liters per minute, which was huge. And two more agencies are also joined, like BRO, Border Road Organization. We will discuss what its headquarter, which ministry comes under, and CSI, National Geographical Research Institute, NGRI. So BRO is the motto is, you know that BRO is a border road organization that is able to achieve the roads initiative and making constructions in that areas where the roads are not possible, like hilly terrain areas also. And its headquarters is in New Delhi. It not only works in the India but also the outside the country, like Afghanistan, and also many areas they have constructed the roads. And this comes not under the road and road ministry. It comes under road and transport, but it comes under the defense of ministry. Headquarter is in New Delhi, and the motto is, its motto is very motivating, that everything is achievable through hard work. This is how it is motivated to every aspirant. And there is a the rescue operation, NGRI also joined there, and they joined the rescue operation from Wednesday. So the minister said even the divers of Navy's Special Force Marcos were unable to wade through the slush, and comprising it's 70%. Here the 70% is water and the 30% is slush. So the percentage slush was found to be more, that making it difficult for them to recover. So the minister said agency efforts were de-water and remove the slush. These are the approaches, that firstly remove the water there, and then de-water and then remove the slush to reach the spot where 2 engineers, technical staffs and 4 workers are trapped. A part of roof collapsed there. So next is about the Delhi lost 2000 crore due to excise policy. It's CAG. So Delhi Minister Kapil Mishra holding a CAG report, and which was tabled on assembly. So Delhi exchequer lost of 2002 crore, and in revenue, Delhi exercises Aam Aadmi Party government, said Controller Auditor in General. These implementation exercises 2000, like the excise policy, led to loss of revenue exactly of 2002 crore, and the excise policy aimed to be reuse liquor and check the bootlegging. Just ignore the background sound. There's a Ratri Puja is undergoing my house, that's why. So the AAP leader, former Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodiya, among who were arrested and jailed on charges of corruption in the exercises policy. So the AAP blamed that the revenue shortfall on the deliberate obstructions, and the Lieutenant Governor enforcement and CBI. Here the NED to determine that incurred a 2000 crore loss, senior AAP leader said, Atisi said. So moving to the next is about Stalin calls for a all-party meeting on 5 March, says delimitation affects all the South India. So why delimitation will affect South India states? Basically, delimitation commission is based on the geographical location and constituencies made according to the population. So the delimitation commission affect South India because South India country had maintained their populations, and according to this the delimitation commission is formed at least. So how delimitation commission forms, like it is a process of fixing a limit of the boundaries in a territorial constituencies in a country and provincial legislative body. Till now, 4 times delimitation commission are formed. First established in 1952, second in 1963, third in 1973, and fourth in 2002. So it's 4 times, and question have already asked about delimitation commission. So which article is consist? It's article 81, it's 82, 170, 330 and 332 of a Constitution of India deals with delimitation and parliamentary and assembly constituencies, and these articles were amended by 84th Constitution Amendment Act. These all lines are already written in, so these all lines already written in Lakshmikant, and this newspaper already come. So these newspapers already give like a holistic view of the covering every polity economics news. So you can just give a 1 hour for this newspaper. I found it very beneficial, so that's why I am just it's all been at least going to be 1 year that I am using the analysis. But newspaper editorial lysis I'm putting it from I think from January 1. So so basically the Tamil Nadu states why they don't want why it is affecting the, because they are just controlling their populations, and due to Derivation Commission is based on constituent uh, population view. So in northern state like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, their population is so high, so there is Derivation Commission formed. Their seats are very more like 80 seats in Uttar Pradesh. So it's creating, and that's all the PM and every minister is made from the north side. It's not the north from the south side. So this creating a problem that it's compelling the major battle for rights. The threat of delimitation is hanging over the southern state like a sword. So that's why MK Stalin chief minister just call for a party meeting on this delimitation affects all South India. So that's covering in this news. So let's moving to the next article is about the human smuggling must engage in parliament attention. The plane loads of Indians being deported to India from United States are lucky to back alive. Shackled, handcuffed, humiliated, and dire straits, they have flown back heartbroken in shame. But there is a case of illegal immigrants from North India clearing ammunition field in Iraq, who were abandoned. So how the Indian smuggling? So writer is telling about the human smuggling, how engages the parliament attention. The key issue is about the illegal immigration. Yet countless young Indians attempted to call illegal migrations. So the key issue here is about illegal immigration. The countless young Indian attempts to irregular migrations, backing them to unethical merchants of death who sponsor the activity, who have a proliferated rural Punjab. Literally, they are called human smuggling or kabutarbaji, one of the most profitable form of trade that requires no technical skill, no education, and a professional qualification or financial investment, and has a punishment for even a criminal action. So how it is a horror and misery, because we must learn from what has happened. Not trademans had flourishing the rackets of human smuggling, thriving on Gulliver youth of fantasies. They organizes the crime that perpetuates the horror and misery and flourishes with impunity. How the human smuggler migrants are vulnerable to exploitation and face gave a risk to their life. So these human smugglers conduct their activities bravely without regard of precious human life. Here is about how they forced to sit in piles of human waste, deprived of food, water, while other around died and their bodies dumped at the sea on roadside. Human smuggling generates a high net of worth profit, which turn it fuel corruptions and organized crimes. A deadly business needs to combat and grave urgency. So India needs to be alert and check for this global menace. The Immigration Act 1983. It's a officially act to consolidate and amend the laws relating to the immigration of citizens of India, which defines a human smuggling. I've already marked here. Nor looks at a serious problem connected with deadly trade. The Parliament must waste no time in legislating an Indian human smuggling law. So, having a new central law composite of solution and Parliament that was must set a ball rolling, but its welfare bill must fate remains uncertain. The Punjab deserves a praise for efforts, and but sadly implementation is poor. What is the Punjab Act here? Like the Punjab Travel Professional Regulation Act 2012, it describes a law to provide a regulation of professional travel agents. So, what is travel agents here? Basically, travel agents, the person who is doing a profession which involves the arranging, managing, and conducting affairs related to sending the person abroad, which rises out of fares of persons sent to foreign country, and shall include a range of activities like diverse practices. So human smuggling mean include illegally exporting, sending, and transporting persons out of their Indias by receiving money from their parents, relative, person interested in welfare, deceiving them or cheating them. So there is a parliament must act, that Immigration Act 1983 and Punjab Travel Professional Regulation Act 2012 shows that they enshrine the regulatory mechanism, and for recruiting agents and travel agents separately, they neither inconsistent nor repugnant to each other. So the human smuggling is a silent issue. It's silent issue, and Immigration Act, the authority of law vested, and finally the Parliament must seriously contemplate enacting national law to control Indian borders with, with irregularities in iron hand. Like parliamentary must rise to save precious human Indian lives, and there should be needs a central laws which has a teeth. So next is about the BJP spends 1755 crore on a poll campaign, general propaganda in 2024. So here the Bharatiya Janata Party 1755 crore on election in general propaganda of 23-24. Here about according to the analytical report, non-profit organization. Maybe this data is not right. Maybe published it's ADR report. So the BJP is no, it's this report 4,340 crore total income by ADR reports here. So it's a Association of Democratic Reforms. He spent 619.72 crore on election expenses, and the total income expenditure of 6 national parties declared by them their annual audit reports. So the BJP spent 349.71 crore toward administrative, while the Congress spent 340.7 crore. BJP and CPI, that's 56.29 crore on administration and general expenses, followed by 47.75 crore on general expenses. So who says that India is a poor country? Look at the elections contribution, how much monies were invested and that spent on the election scenes. The 6 national parties is BJP, Congress, it's BJP, is Bahujan Samaj Party, BSP, BJP, and CPIM, Congress. National People's Party declared a total 669.8.5 crore from donation of contribution. These donations are basically contribution of to the parties of BJP, Congress. AAP collected 43.6% here, and 13 crore out of their total income from donation new electoral. So BJP received here is 1685.62 crore and 828.36 crore from the AAP. Congress, it's so the AAP, and there is a October 31 BSP NP AAP submitted the reports on the time, while BJP submitted a delay of 12 days, 53 days and 66 days respectively. These are the days. So moving to the next is about the Indians sole nation to curb the internet over communal unrest. So it's basically the data presentation is about the internet curbs basically all over world. Myanmar is the first one that have mostly have internet curb connections, and after that India is the second. Let me just go to that page. So both the article covering the same blunt weapon. India should end the net curve specially. And in first article we will read about which shows this report. It's software. It's software freedom center law. It's SLFC. India's annual report, where there is a number of internet shutdown is lower in 2024 than in the 2023. So Access now shows that India has continued to lead globally in the number of government ordered internet shutdowns. A closer examination is down imposing here. The 41 out of 84 shutdown in India were imposed during protest. It's protest during mass during examination also, and 23 were imposed for like communal classes, or five of were issued on for cheating during examination. In situation of brink of violence were rapidly spreading disinformation. So there is a famous there's a case about it's just keeping note here, Anuradha Bhashin versus Union of India, that each shutdown must meet the test and proportionality. And the temporary suspension of service, it's telecom communication suspension services preceding the rule of 2017. Ideal, like especially troubling in 296 of them were imposed in million around the world last year. It's 296 times. So there is a need of circumvention and restraint, and internet shutdown is index is all of the indices that India should not aspire to lead. So the chart here is about the shutdown in India left, and the global shutdown right. Just here's a presentation about it's 2018 37 13 65 and it's 23, and here is the data of shutdown in India 100%. So 64% shutdown in India left, and India's share in global shutdown right. So nearly 95% of them shut down. 95% of shutdown were ordered due to the communal violences in since 2018. So chart 1 shows here. So chart 1 here shows about the shutdown in India due to communal violence in India due to share a global shutdown for same reason. Chart 2 shows here about the Manipur 54 times, following the Bihar 9, Haryana and 7. And in chart 3, 57% of global shutdown. It's 57% global shutdown here's about due to the internet shutdown due to the protest. Okay, and Manipur also featured the first among the states. So Hindu analysis has covered a very depth history of these internet connections, like all the of comparison data of why did protest due to the communal violence, unknown reasons, exam cheating, elections, information control, conflicts, other political instability, visit by government officials. So these are the very depth analysis of Hindu. And the 4-6 chart is about 4 chart shows the breakdown of internet due to protest. Manipur 14 times, Haryana 10 times, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, these are coverings. So moving to the next is AI has an environmental problem. So the AI has become an indispensable part of our lives, transforming business. Broadly defined, AI encompasses the technology that has stimulated the human thinking, decision making, while basic form of AI existed since 1950. Field advanced by rapidly in recent year. There is a AI market value $200 million, projected contribute to $15.7 trillion global economy by 2030. So AI adoption and higher recognition as a driver of economic value have reached unprecedented level. So involving more than $500 billion in AI infrastructure without investment AI infrastructure investment over 4 years. So the world largest data center in Jamnagar, and the partnership with Nvidia build its own LLM large model compete. Impact across stages is consumption of infrastructure, computing the hardware productions, cloud data centers, AI model training, inferencing validations. 1% global greenhouse 1% global greenhouse emission is due to the international. It's data according to the International Energy Agency IEA, and figure exactly demand electricity data from Chat GPT, which rely on sophisticated machine learning. So how AI has environmental problems, like the whole discussion about the writer here. He's observed researcher foundations of India AI fellow from US. So the environmental footprint involved by the rapid expansion of data center is also growing the e-waste crisis. AI So these can be important articles according to the mains paper. This how AI is impacting and flourishing to the times. Its impact on environmental problems, AI software cycles, emission arises from process, data collections, development, training, validation, maintenance. ChatGPT can emit up to 552 tons of carbon dioxide. Can you just imagine here the 552 tons of CO2 equivalent comparable to the annual emission dozens of cars. And global conversion of this issue has been gaining at COP29 International Telecommunication. The greener AI practices. Here, such commitment demand a business aim also align the sustainability targets. So the way forward is the balance innovations, environment responsibility, action is needed for AI, value chain, investing in clean energy, achieving net zero emissions, locating data centers, and using the how it can be overcome, like using a energy efficient hardwares, regular maintenance, equally important development, efficient AI model, similar domain application can deliver the same. It's a study by Google by the California Berkeley has found the carbon footprints of LLMs can be minimized. I don't know about this. I will read study about it. What is it? Basically, I don't have get a time to study cover these articles, so that's I'm directly just on the spot. I am reading this article. So sustainability needs to be incorporated into very design AI ecosystem viability. So moving to the next article, it's about the should a third language be a compulsory. So why the Union government delaying funds under the Samura Shiksha Abhiyan to the Tamil Nadu? When was the three language policy first introduced and what it mandated? So we'll cover in this. So the Samagra Shiksha, a tussle between a center and Tamil Nadu government over the three language policy. Basically, they want, according to new education policy that implemented 2020, where the three language policy formula was implemented and released for the funds tied for Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. So what is the constitution provision here is that Hindi is the official language of Union and English was originally meant to be continued for, basically it was that demanded for 15 years we will continue to the English. Hindi will be official language, but English will originally meant to be continued to 15 years from the commencement. So the Official Language Act 1963 provides continued use of English in addition to Hindi for all the official purposes of Union without any time limit. So the Constitution provides a sad duty to Union to promote the spread of Hindi languages so that it may serve as a medium of expression to all elements composing culture of India. So what is three language policy here? It's implementation of one regional languages, English and Hindi is mandatory in every. So here the Hindi, if it will be implemented in the state, then it will be like it is not so tough if it is mandatory in at a class 2 in every schools for as a mandatory for scoring number, then everybody will learn Hindi. It's not a big thing that he is not adopted. So here the Tamil Nadu government steadfastly followed the two language policy, teaching Tamil and English at the government school. So NEP retained the three language formula with a key difference that it did not impose any languages. So what are the issues here? So here the reports about ASCR. It's an NGO, non-governmental organization, which have a give the comparison, and there is also many data about the school studies researches that what is the conditions of the schools of reading and learning capacity of the students of class 2 which are able to write or read their own regional languages. So the improved upon respect to learning abilities. So the close to 60%. So here the 25% of youth in age of 14 to 18 years, it's 14 to 18 years, is could not read to class 2 text level. Fluency is more than 40%. As per report analysis budget expenditure of Ministry of Education, out of total revenue, the education is 3.03 lakh crore and 50% is spent by the center. 85% is spent on the states and total expenditure on elementary, secondary and higher technical education around is 4.4 to 4.5%. And there is a target of 6% of set out in NEP 2020. So what is the way forward? Sir, English is not a native language. Its proficiency help us in becoming globally competitive in various services industry. So India is a multilingual country, and objective learning is more in Indian languages in school desirable. So the outcomes coupled with constant resources that require the effort should be government to run schools should be focused on improving the teaching of the mother tongue officially basically so obviously English apart from foundational numeracy skill, even in private school a third language is taught till the standard 8. There is a limited proficiency and being attained by students in such language. The 2011 data census shows that 26% in India is bilingual. 7% is trilingual, and corresponded 44% urban areas and 50% are against 22 and 25% of rural areas. A rapid urbanization, migrations, and forthcoming census indicating the young age adult population would learn additional languages. So the considering share of expenditure, state as well as regional diversities also need to be productization relating to school education. So moving to the next is about why did the High Court rules about arresting women at night. So there is a provision in which is the provision which restricts the arrest of women after sunset before sunrise. What is the 135th report of Law Commission of India in custody comment? So there is a Madurai bench, Madras High Court versus S. Vijayalakshmi and other ruled that BNSS 2023 Bharatiya Nagrik Raksha Sanhita 2023 which restrict the arrest of women after sunset before sunrise is directly not mandatory. It was in this case a woman was arrested at 8 p.m. A single judge of High Court held that arrest women was a breach of section 46-44 and mandatory. So two safeguards here, 43.5 BNSS which correspond and section 46.4 CRPC, the arrest of women with police. First, no arrest of women shall be made after sunset sunrise, and 46.4 section is a beneficial provision incorporated to ensure the safety of women. So what did the Madras High Court rule here? 46.4 not spell out the consequences of non-compliance of the provided intended mandatory. So a police officer who effect arrest carries a public duty. Court underlined there is a situation where a heinous offence is committed by women in the night. Magistrate may not have label for obtaining permission. Under such situation, the accused of women may escape. Therefore, such mechanical adherence to. So, what is the history of section of 46.4? So, the 135th report of Law Commission of India in custody 1989 basically recommend ordinarily no woman shall be arrested after sunset and before sunrise. This is a law under section 125 report of Law Commission of immediate. Similar report of 154th report also says that section 44 per inserted some changes, and what is Supreme Court said here, the Nagpur bench of that state to issue direction of police official, no females shall be detained without the presence of lady constable in no case after sunset before sunrise. Here the Supreme Court observed a strict compliance. And what is the ruling of dilute provision? The section 46.4 and 43 directly not mandatory while the failure of adhere to be. So this can be awareness for one's point of view. It's a very good article. Next is about the CBSE is proposing a draft conduction policy of two board. First in that the board class 10th and 12th board examination going to be appearing twice to prove their performances. So this is the school teachers and parents in public till March 9. So opportunity to improve education is the scheme proposes that class 10 and 12 exam will begin on first Tuesday and after February the second exam will be in July. The scheme proposes for the improvement for the second exam will schedule in July. Up to 26.6 lakh students class 10 and 12 are expected to appear in exam. So student choice is either can choose to appear a board exam in the second time or to improve their score. Next is about CBSE let the open schools to kindergarten on their premises. So issue a noting about the branches of school of same affiliation of those parents and within the age 3 to 5 within their premises of Bal Batikas play school children. Next is about the Krimny eyes for potential working with US on rare metal. US developing Russia's largest reserve earth mirror. President Vladimir Putin reaction is to new territories. Syria's national conference talk begins as a country to rebuild. It's Syria's new rulers. It's HTS. Hayal Tahrir Sam kicked off a long-awaited national dialogue. as a real historical opportunity after the like former fall of former President Bashar Assad. Questions is very important. These are in very much in current news. So just have a news about, just have a look. Russia and Indonesia hold for developed ties in defense security. It's Indonesia President Prabowo Subianto, a defense minister, as he's also chief guest of this time of 26 January Republic Day. That is as a hosted as a chief guest of India. And the Moscow and Jakarta seeks to defend size. Bangladesh and Pakistan direct the import of rice. The trouble in the relation of 50,000 tons of rice. Dhaka said the Tuesday it will be split in ritual war 1971 with Bangladesh, drawing it closer to India. So that's for all. Let's have a summary and ending this session. So slush and water seepage hinder the rescue operations. Delhi lost 2,000 crore due to excises policy. Second one is about a steering call for party on a March 5, says the elimination affects all the South India. Third is article we are covering about the human smuggling must engage the parliament attentions. Fourth is about the BJP spent a 1755 crore on campaigns, general propaganda in 23-24. Fifth article is about India's sole nation to curb internet over communal unrest and blunt weapons. Both are related. We have very detailed analysis of detail. Next is about the AI is environmental problem. Seventh, we covering about the third language policy compulsory. Here a detailed analysis we discussed. Eighth is about the what did the High Court rule about arresting women at night. Ninth is about the CBSE proposal. And 10th is the world covering the criminalized potential. Damascus, Jakarta and Dhaka just have a location in the map. Can be question be asked. So that's for all. Hope you like my editorials analysis of Hindus covering every night at 9 p.m. Stay tuned and must visit to my channel if you know and give me feedback that give me feedback and suggestion. It's mattered to me a lot. It will just help me to improving what are the, if whether you like it or not, just give me feedback. It will just help me also to work on that areas that where I have to more focus, because I am also learning. So let's study together and grow together. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll meet with a new editorial. Till now, thank you. Good night.